The single template is finished. The header and footer are something we need to work on, but we'll get to those later. Right now, I want to focus on creating more templates. As I stated before, the index template is the default template WordPress will load if any other template is unavailable. Let's examine the order WordPress will use to determine what file to load. WordPress will begin by looking for a custom template file. You are free to create custom template files with custom names, but that's something we'll explore in a future lecture. If it doesn't find a custom template, then it'll begin searching for a template called page followed by the slug of the page. You can also use the ID, but that comes secondary to the slug. Lastly, it'll search for the page, singular, and index template files in that order. For this lecture, we'll be creating the page.php template. To understand why we're going to create this template, let's view our site. If I were to view the About Us page, you'll notice that we have the same problem as single posts. It's not exactly displayed how we would like it to be displayed. Let's start creating the page template now. From the template hierarchy page, we have to name this file page.php. So let's create that file now. I'm going to copy and paste the single template into the page template. We're going to strip this down massively. I'm going to remove the metadata, tags, remove any links related to other posts, and the post author box. What you'll end up having is the title, content, and the comments template. Let's see what WordPress recommends for this template. I'm in the Theme Development Codex page, and I'm on the page.php section. I'll provide a link to that in the resource section of this lecture. WordPress recommends we display the title and content. We're already doing that, so let's move on to the next point. Actually, we're already doing most of these, but bullet point 5. Number 5 recommends we add an edit link, but like last time, WordPress already provides this in the top bar. So we've covered all bases we'd like to cover. Let's open the HTML page template and see if we're missing anything from the original design. If you take a look, you'll notice that there's one huge difference between this template and the page we currently have. That would be this big strip that contains the title. We'll have to make a couple of modifications to achieve this goal. Switch back to the editor. First, I'm going to remove this conditional statement that checks if there are posts. The reason I'm removing it is because WordPress already checks if this page is actually available. If a page does not exist, then WordPress will load the 404 template, so there's no need to make this check ourselves. Next, I'm going to remove the title from its original position since it'll be called elsewhere. Then, I'm going to open the static HTML page template and look for that bar that displays the title. It'll be these section tags surrounded by the page title comments. I'm going to copy this and place this right after the header page like so. You'll notice right away we have a situation. Our page title HTML is outside of the loop. There are two solutions for this. We can either move the loop to encompass all this, or we can repeat the loop. In this situation, I want to reuse the loop rather than move all the HTML. So just like last time, I'm going to call another loop like this. Then I'm going to move this section inside the loop and replace the title with the template tag, the title. I'm going to remove the title from down below. Next, we need to reset this loop. We've experienced multiple loops before, but those were two different loops. When you reuse the same loop, you need to reset the loop just like you would if you were using a different loop. The function we have to call is called rewind posts. In the resource section of this lecture, I provide a link to this function. This is what WordPress says. Rewind the loop posts in order to reuse the same query in different locations on a page. This is definitely the function we need. The very last thing we need to do is add a subtitle. However, there is no subtitle feature available in WordPress. This leaves us with two options. We either create it ourselves or use a plugin. We will be going with the second option. A lot of developers will want to go with creating their own plugin, but for something as simple as this, it would be best to just go with a third-party solution. In the resource section of this lecture, I provide a link to a plugin called WP Subtitle. This plugin is super fast and simple to use. In the description, you'll notice the developer provides info on how to add this plugin to your theme. It's as simple as one line of code. I'm going to go to the admin dashboard and navigate to Plugins Add New. I'm going to search for a plugin called WP Subtitle. Then I'm going to install and activate it. Once activated, you can now edit the About Us page and you will see this newly created field called Subtitle. Add a subtitle quickly and then save your changes. To see the subtitle on the page, all we have to do is just copy and paste this one line of code onto where we want it to appear. I'm going to paste it into the span tags. Refresh the page and you should now see the subtitle appear. Before we declare this template finished, we have to do one more thing. If I deactivate this plugin, then PHP will throw an error because the subtitle function is undefined. I'm going to wrap this function in a conditional statement and use the function functionExists and pass in the function name the subtitle. This PHP function does as its name suggests. If this function exists, then we know that the WP Subtitle plugin is activated and this page may have a subtitle. We'll then display it like so. Alright, so that's one way to go about this, but we can make this even more cleaner. I haven't been completely honest with you. You don't have to create a loop like this to get the title outside of the post. There's actually a template tag that does this. I'm going to copy my HTML and paste it right above. Then I'm going to replace the title function with single post title. Since we have this function ready, then we can just remove the loop and the function rewind posts like so. This is much cleaner code-wise. So if this function was available, why did I teach you how to recreate the loop? In some situations, you may need to create two loops. I just wanted to show you an alternative solution to this problem. Neither of these solutions are wrong, it's just what you prefer. If I refresh the page, then you should see both titles appear. The subtitle also appears because the developer of the plugin has made it so that their template tag function works in and outside of a loop. I'm actually going to delete the looped solution and just keep this simpler version. Like I said before, neither is the wrong solution, it's just what you like best. That wraps it up for this template. Let's move on to creating more templates.